I'm not sure which is worse, starting with 45 seconds of logos or starting with 45 seconds of complete silence so that I turn up my volume thinking it's muted and my eardrums bleed when the sound finally kicks in. All I am sure is that the bleeding eardrums thing is worth a sit. Play that again in slow motion. He takes her out with that flip. I'm just sad it cuts away before we get to see the kids start crying. It fuels my sinful nature. This woman's leg-length, boot-shaped forearm.
Look, don't be unreasonable. You're not dealing with Johnny Bananas. Come on.
I'd give back all the sins right now if CT shows up and carries this guy off like a human backpack while TJ Lavin laughs at him.
Read my lips. $5,000 is what I need.
Thinking that over-gesticulating your face makes it easier to read lips.
Don't I know you from someplace?
Nah, man, that ain't me. I'm from Buffalo.
Having your choice of all the cities in the world to pretend to be from and choosing Buffalo. We will find out here shortly that Axel is undercover on this sting and hasn't gone through proper procedure to let anyone know. But exactly how was he planning on busting them after the sale went through if no one else knew what was going down? Were they just going to roll over and submit? Look at this guy having the time of his life. I appreciate a 2-bit criminal enjoying smashing up cop cars, but who the hell taught him how to drive? Gravedigger? These giant ass hood nipples. My cabbages! Wait, wrong. Everything. Hey, I love a good car chase as much as the next guy, but this is starting to feel gratuitous. It's like the director agreed to make the movie, but only if his 5-year-old son got to direct the first 10 minutes. This man should be dead by now, or at the very least, completely concussed. Oh my God, is he getting away on foot? After all that, I'm holding the movie responsible for my Justice Blue Balls. And the director said, have Axel grab an apple out of a desk drawer and then carry it through a disgusting locker room so the audience will know that he's both unhygienic and an asshole.
One more time, you're out on the street.
So Axel stole evidence to use in an unauthorized sting, botched it, and inadvertently started a car chase that wrecked half the city. And he isn't fired? It really is impossible for a cop to get fired, huh?
The chief ain't chew it all out. You still got a little ass there.
Commenting on a coworker's ass and whether or not another coworker has eaten all of it without explicit consent. Man, that's pretty catchy. I hope it doesn't get stuck in my head for another 4 decades. Leaving a spot between cars that is the exact perfect size to piss off vehicles that can't fit there.
I see you still breaking in people's houses.
What do you expect with that lock?
Maybe a phone call, a note on the door, not to leave the door cracked open so Axel notices and the movie can drum up false tension that leads to f***ing nowhere.
They're bearer bonds. They're bonds. Untraceable.
Bragging about your untraceable currency to your police friend as if you primarily exist to move the plot forward. Also, were you carrying around $10K in bonds in a greasy paper bag? What, was a mattress not available?
$50, you don't make that shot.
I bet you a sin you don't make that shot either, at least without cheating, because when you finally do take it, it's from a completely different angle and a different part of the table. And you move the 15 ball out of the way.
Man, how come you tell we're together?
You don't know? You don't know?
No.
Skip! This one knock to Axel's neck will put him completely out for at least the next 2 minutes, and neither of these guys will even bother to look in his direction to see if he's out cold. That's like some Vulcan pinch level of bullshit.
Yeah, this is your laundry?
What? Laundry? Don't be ridiculous. Who's going to bring their laundry out drinking with them? Clearly it's $10,000 worth of stolen bearer bonds. Much more sensible. This man has been shot at point-blank range twice, and though I'll spare you from the replay of those shots, I still have to point out that the 0 drops of blood present here on any of the surrounding surfaces is suspicious.
It's the first time he's left his desk in 12 years.
Pulmonary embolisms.
1, a hoodlum friend. 2, a professional hit. 3, in a cop's apartment.
1, hoodlum is almost too kind for Mikey. I'd go with legally challenged. 2, professional in the sense that they were paid for it, but I get paid to take a dump at work and I don't call them professional shits. And 3, technically it wasn't in the cop's apartment. It was in the hallway outside. Details matter. This full minute-long montage of Beverly showing off her hills.
May I suggest next time that you call for a reservation, you do it at least a week in advance?
This hotel worker conveniently has this conversation publicly and loudly, just so the audience and Axel know that he needs to run a classic Foley-Con to get a room.
I'm a small reporter from Rolling Stone magazine that's in town to do an exclusive interview with Michael Jackson that's going to be picked up by every major magazine in the country.
Make up your mind, Axel. Is it an exclusive interview for Rolling Stone, or is it going to be in every magazine in the country? Gotcha! After completely stopping the song for the entire hotel scene, the movie has once again started playing Patti LaBelle's Stir It Up, so that we can spend even more time montaging Eddie's travels through Beverly Hills.
Don't run and tell me, Summers, that Mr. Ahmed Foley is here to see...
Axel Foley. Axel.
Ahmed, well.
Just a second ago, Axel couldn't understand the word pertaining. even though Serge said it fairly clearly, and now Serge is having trouble with Axel's name, even though he literally just said it. The movie is trying to fish out of water so hard its characters are all losing their hearing.
Mikey mentioned that you helped him get a job.
Geez, Foley, you just told her friend died 10 seconds ago. Give her a few minutes before pumping her for plot info, would you?
Well, deliveries are supposed to be left on my desk.
Yeah, but
Well, because it's a movie, I'm sure if you just walk up the stairs, no one will stop you. This magic pen that switches directions every time the camera switches shots. Victor, what are you wearing? It's so distracting. Is it a type of kimono or just a robe? Why are you wearing a robe in the office? I have so many questions and the movie will never answer them. Man, I need one of those buttons that summon 5 goons from a broom closet. First of all, this is ridiculous. He should have bounced. Second of all, if I was their boss, I would be livid. Like, who the f*** do you think you are throwing people through glass windows in my building? You think those are free? We have doors for a reason. Just wasteful.
Gun, partner. Sir, you are under arrest. You have the right to remain silent.
Reading Miranda rights at gunpoint to a cooperative suspect whose weapon you've already confiscated. Who does the BHPD think they are? The LAPD?
Well, it's about time. I thought you guys forgot I was down here. I was getting hungry. I never been to a cell that had a phone in it. Can I stay for a while? Because I ordered some pizza.
Making this guy communicate only in hand signals because you don't want to pay him for a speaking role.
Why didn't you identify yourself as a police officer when you were arrested?
Because movie.
I apologize for striking you. I have no excuse.
Thing Will Smith should have said before immediately leaving the premises instead of sticking around to give the world's most awkward award speech somehow makes its way into the script.
You always take your gun on vacation?
I don't know. I've never been on vacation before.
Then yes, you are 1 for 1 and therefore always take your gun on vacation. Come on, Foley, it's simple math.
The next thing I knew, 6 guys threw me out a window.
Actually, 3 guys threw you out the window while the others watched, and I'm sick and tired of your defenestration, exaggeration, explanation.
I'm gonna steal one of them robes. You want one?
Stealing an item of clothing worn by who knows how many humans while doing who knows how many disgusting things.
Shh. Go ahead, take those bananas.
Stealing bananas when you could have just paid more money. If you get caught, it's going to be a major pain. What, you think you're bulletproof? Sorry, I'd make more puns, but now I'm drawing a blank, man. I'm pretty sure this wouldn't actually work. I'm almost positive. I'm gonna Google it. Oh, resist. No one cares if it actually works. What's more important is that the bell goes ding.
Can I get some extra mayo?
Detectives who don't see this not-so-casual wink right in front of their face. Okay, I do actually care, so I looked it up. Turns out the bananas would have eventually been ejected. So that just goes to show you I have very little willpower. And not everything you see in a movie is true. Go figure.
What's happening, baby?
Not giving equal attention to the right breast. Can't just activate one side, Axel. These are the rules. Having a hair barrette that makes it look like a mealworm has taken up residence on your head. Are they just taking the container and everything else back to the van? Why did they have to carry this crate into the warehouse and then back out again instead of just getting a crowbar and doing this shit in the back of the van?
We've got something for you, Billy. An anti-banana disguise.
We whipped it up in the minutes since you've been back with the novelty glasses and banana peels we keep around for just such occasions. Also, this disguise wouldn't fool a single banana that I've ever met. And now they're bringing the crate back to customs? That means you didn't even have to leave the customs parking lot. Why would you even go to the warehouse? Is it home to the only crowbar in the greater Los Angeles area? Also, that crate is being stored on the wrong side. They didn't pay a guy to stencil that arrow on just so you could ignore it, Steven.
Listen to me. I do security checks all over the nation. And with the exception of Cleveland, this place has the worst security in the nation.
Eddie Murphy's delivery through this entire movie is worth a send off. And that's before we even get to the genius that is Cleveland just out here catching strays.
You got some kind of warrant for this?
You know, you have a very big mouth, sir. Are you hiding something from me?
Foley really only has one trick, and it's to show outrage when someone is onto him and attack them as a distraction from their valid questions. Sorry, what I meant to say was Twitter. Also, this works every fucking time.
You know, I noticed you've been drinking a lot of coffee lately.
Micromanaging your coworkers' coffee consumption.
Why are we always arguing, man?
Asking this to someone whose car you sabotaged and subsequently cost 2 days of income.
It's very conservative and you guys love it. Don't worry. It's nice. Trust me.
Character makes a promise followed by the words "trust me" before smash cutting to proof that they should not have been trusted cliché. Also, sure, maybe that got them to go to the strip club, but how the hell did Foley get them to go inside the strip club?
Boss got to stay limp, right? See, I ain't on duty, so my can be hard.
Micromanaging your coworkers' relative tumescence.
Well, it's June. Don't you think it's kind of hot for a long black leather coat?
That's Silent Bobist.
Everybody freeze!
You're robbing a full strip club with only 2 guys? That's not even enough to do crowd control. And who are you going to rob? The girls, the patrons, or the bar? You'll be there all night. This was doomed to fail, and not just because cops were already there.
They're not just regular cops, okay? They're super cops.
Jackie Chan isn't leaping onto the hanging ladder of a moving helicopter in this scene.
Don't lose him.
Not a chance, sir.
There's a 100% chance that anyone overacting with this level of premature cocksuredness in a movie will be covered in comeuppance within the next 5 minutes. Trunk sandwiches. Sorry, did I say 5 minutes? More like 3 minutes and 10 seconds before we got the money shot. Never change, movies.
Tell him that Ramon went to the clinic today, and I found out that I have herpes simplex 10.
Apparently, I missed the part of detective school that focused on vaguely problematic improv skills, but Foley must have passed that with flying colors.
Hi, Victor.
Why is he doing this? His investigation is going shockingly well, all things considered. Confronting Victor now doesn't give him any advantage whatsoever.
Catch you later, Vic.
So he just wanted to warn the bad guy that he was on to him immediately before getting arrested again? But I ask again, why? F***ing Tab.
We go and start snooping around his place. He's gonna close down and get his shipments from someplace else.
But haven't you been blatantly snooping around and rubbing his face in it already?
It'd be a big waste of time.
More or less a waste of time than throwing henchmen through buffet tables.
Who disabled a non-marked unit with a banana?
Well, technically, it was 2 bananas, Mr. New hard-ass boss character, who just happened to show up right when the current hard-ass boss character was starting to believe Foley. Only having 2 pens in your pen holder like some sort of maniac, instead of having a cornucopia of 48 non-working pens and 1 working one in there like us normal folks.
Jenny, darling, you wouldn't by any chance know where Foley is staying, would you?
I find it hard to believe with all the goons at your disposal you haven't at least tried to tail him yet.
This is a chance for me and you to blow this case wide open to 2 of us. What do you say?
I'd say it's a good thing for the final act that they assigned the duty of getting Foley out of town to a single person. And that single person they chose was the same guy that everyone has been treating like a naive idiot the entire movie and has been the most buddy-buddy with him. What a perfect and ridiculous choice.
Why didn't you tell Bogomil about this shipment?
Who the f*** is Bogomil?
Jenny, come on now. You work here with Serge in an art gallery. You're not a cop.
Listing things that were all true before when you took her along anyway.
You go in there without probable cause, they're gonna call an illegal search.
It's good to know that Axel knows the laws, which makes it easier for him to break them. But I feel like the drugs being discovered by an off-duty, out-of-town cop would also make the search illegal. But how should I know? I'm not a cop or a screenwriter.
Well, it looks like they've been here already.
Which is good since you're unarmed and Jenny is there. You know, I don't think you really thought this out. How in the hell does Axel get into this bag of not sugar so quickly? Are they not sealed? Does he have a razor-sharp fingernail? I did not find either of these options within the realm of my acceptable suspension of disbelief. Also, why does every f***ing person who finds coke have to do the taste test? You found a white powder hidden to avoid detection? Yeah, I think you're safe making an assumption without KFCing the evidence.
If something happens to her...
While Foley is standing up for Jenny here, I have to say I love the platonic friendship that they have through the movie, and that the studio didn't force any kind of romantic subplot into it. However, I can't shake the sneaking suspicion that it has less to do with breaking the norm and more to do with their respective skin tones, so I'm sending it anyway.
But I should have taken care of you in Detroit.
You really, really should have. Or hear me out, not have killed Mikey at all. That boy was too stupid to live. He would have gotten himself killed pretty soon anyway. Call me crazy, but if I was planning on killing someone, I'd lock the door first. Look at that professional killer. He's so good he doesn't even need to open his eyes while firing. Also, when Billy shows up, this guy is the only one to pull out a gun so that Axel can take care of the other 3 with his fists. How nice of them.
Find me and let me know what the hell is going on over there. And don't talk to anybody but me.
These 2 follow these orders even though all we've seen up until now suggests that they f***ing hate Taggart.
I stole my gun and forced him to bring me here.
Man, cops lying as a reflex was much more endearing in the 80s.
Foley's on the grounds.
Here's how Victor could have won right here. Just call the cops, and then your lawyer. I doubt anything they've got on you would stick, since Axel and Billy have done a whole lot of illegal shit. Just call the cops, sit back, and then maybe you get sent to jail for a week. Let the 2-tier justice system work for you. Foley directs traffic around a property he has never once set foot in before now. There's a lot wrong with this slapstick routine, but it all starts with a really dumb choice for Booster and Boostee. Having 2 fire extinguishers, but having a sign that says fire extinguisher singular, and then having the arrow from that sign point in between them, where there is not a fire extinguisher located. In the middle of a rescue attempt, he's still f***ing with people. It's hilarious, but I'll be damned if it isn't sinful.
What the f*** am I doing here?
I love this moment of clarity from Taggart, but this is a question he should have asked when he was trying to climb that wall. It's too late now. That's 2, Billy. How does it feel to take a life? There's blood on that squeaky clean ledger now. Or maybe he's killed a bunch of people before, I don't know. He seems pretty cool with it. I'm not sure why bad guys keep buying machine guns. They clearly have accuracy issues when you can fire off 40 rounds and miss every shot while the pistol goes 2 for 2. You'd think the bad guys would figure this out. How did you miss? You have a shotgun and he was within spitting distance. Victor's biggest mistake wasn't crossing Axel Foley, it was hiring shitty henchmen. He should have fired all of them as soon as they threw Foley through that pane of glass. Yes, I'm still mad about it.
You know what I keep thinking about? You know the end of Butch Cassidy?
Billy,
I'm gonna make you pay for this.
Assuming your audience has the film knowledge to get this amazing joke. How do you not have a speed loader, Billy? Zach, who has been a badass up to this point, just saunters out in front of an open room without checking it first, and Mike Ehrmantraut would never. That is the only bullet fired by a bad guy to find its mark in the entire movie. And there were so many bullets. Also, I'm not counting Mikey getting killed since he got shot from like 5 inches away. At the time, I thought it was because it was an execution, but now I know it's just that Zach would have missed if he'd taken a step back. Also, main character gets shot in the shoulder cliche. Oh God, we're doing this again. Stop letting that kid storyboard scenes.
Freeze!
Deus Cox Ranina. Wait, why is he holding the gun on her? And why not just shoot Axel while you have a human shield? He isn't even telling Axel to drop the gun. Why is he so bad at taking hostages? And also, why am I so good? The last third of this movie could have taken place in the Moss Isley Cantina. The bad guys always shoot first, and they always miss, and it makes no damn sense.
Sergeant Taggart here was the first to arrive at the scene. And having probable cause to believe a felony was in progress.
The movie will now have its glory moment where the previously robotic-like BHPD lieutenant will completely falsify this entire report so the audience can cheer that they did what they had to do to get the bad guys. Police corruption for the win!
I think I'm gonna stay in Beverly Hills. I like it out here.
Good, because I have a feeling that you're going to have to find several more forced reasons to visit in the very near future. Wait, where the f*** did Paul Reiser go?
Moon River.
I swear to Christ, Zach, I was gonna bring him back.
The next time you bring a gun to a job without telling me, I will stick it up your ass sideways.
I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name.
Don't believe I threw it.
Have you ever driven a Mercedes before?
No, but a car is a car. I drive my car every day.
I'm driving. I've seen your car.
So I'm an excellent driver.
You know, it says here that by the time the average American is 50, he's got 5 pounds of undigested red meat in his bowels.
Why are you telling me this? What makes you think I have any interest in that at all?
Do you know bees and dogs can smell fear?
Philip! It's time to jam. Phil? Hey, Phil? Phil? Phil Connors? Phil Connors, I thought that was you.
Everything's under control.
Okay.
Who disabled a non-marked unit with a banana?
Banana!